Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the RealTalk podcast.
Yes, sir.
We're back in the home vibes.
Yeah.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it
after a while.
But yeah, it's been good. We had Harry on the last episode. What did you think of that overall?
The episode. Yeah, I liked it. It's the different environment. And the studio that they had in their house was crazy. We had a sofa, a massive sofa, painted, loud house on the background.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the stories, I really enjoyed his stories. They were quite, some of them were quite wild.
Some of them were crazy.
Unless you know him or you've experienced it, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know those stories about him. Happened. He's a top guy, I will say. Like he knows his stuff. He's experienced some crazy things. That DJ story had me in stitches for days. I'll be honest. But yeah, that was sick. And we're definitely going to take inspiration from the set he had at Loud House because since then, you probably can't recognise it too much, but we have changed the vibe around a little bit. We've moved my sofa to a different position in the studio. So I'm going to be able to paint the wall behind us with our logo on it, the wall on the left of me and the wall on the right, Simone, all in our logo colours and stuff. And I'll probably get some like shelves to put like artifacts. That's like old stuff, isn't it? Like just like props to put on there to make it a bit more like pop and stuff. But yeah, this is sick, man. I've been loving doing this podcast. We had what the guests we had on so far. So we had was Shay our first guest?
Yeah.
So we had Shay, we've had Carell, we've had Harry,
and then we had Harrison H Cuts.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm so close to him, I don't really see him as a guest. You know what I'm saying? Like he can come on any time, type of thing. But yeah, it's been good. We've had 4 guests. We've had a good like couple of episodes of like straight good guests with good stories. Mm-hmm. But we have to break it up. So there's some podcasts is just going to be us two type of thing.
But don't get us wrong. We do have like 3 or 4 people lined up.
Oh, for sure.
In the next month or so.
For sure, 100%.
Which quite big themselves. So they can get some good.
We've got a very good one that's going to be a very different vibe.
Yeah.
I think you know who I'm on about.
I'd say it's one of my personal favourites.
Yeah, for sure. Stay tuned for that one, because that one will probably be in like a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, I'm excited, man. It's been good. The TikToks have been banging, the Reels have been banging, even on Snapchat's banging. But yeah, Shorts on YouTube is doing the best at the moment, and I'm loving it. It's just good. The whole process I find fun. Like to filming it, to editing it, to putting it out there, commenting back to people that are liking it, type of thing.
Yeah, because if you guys don't know, he does pretty much like 90% of the background things.
I do.
He does the editing. It's his camera we're recording with. This is his studio, his sofa. Everything is his. I guess I'm kind of like a guest. I joined in as a guest and then kind of just stayed on. But yeah, talking about guests, someone who hopefully should be lined up soon is one of the OGs on the podcast, Ted York.
Yes. I was trying to think who you're on about there. I was like, we got some guests penciled in the schedule.
Yes.
I'm like, what? Yeah, Ted should be joining soon, man. Well, do you know what? We've said this every episode so far, and he still hasn't joined. He was even the flipping cameraman for one of them.
Yeah, he was the cameraman for one of them. It's I think the reason is because with all respect to him, he's a very busy guy. He has normal 9 to 5 like most people have. So and he works quite far away from where we are. So for him to get back home, get changed, get freshened up, and then come back here, it'd be quite late.
We do film quite late, to be fair.
Exactly. So at some point we will get him on because he's one of the OGs. People ask for him, and I personally asked for him as well. I messaged him all the time, telling him come on. He
has to come on a podcast again, man. Ted's got waffle.
Yeah, but the only problem is just like finding the right time, because we record this. I think pretty much every week we've recorded on a Monday. That's
usually the way the schedule works, if you guys didn't know, is like right now it's a Monday. We usually record Monday evening. I'll edit the podcast on Tuesday, and then the podcast goes out on a Wednesday, if not maybe a Thursday, if depending on personal schedules. Yeah. And it'll go out on a Wednesday, and then I'll also edit the clips that go onto all the different social medias on a Wednesday as well. So it all just depends on schedules. I mean, that's what works for us. Yeah.
That's what works for us, like us too. And then obviously sometimes we have to alternate and be very flexible, because we do have quite a bit of guests on, and they have different time scales and stuff. So, but yeah, Ted would come on.
He has to. I'm telling you that now. He has to come on.
Yeah.
He has to. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Talking about filming late, and late things. You know what is late in the UK? The Super Bowl.
Oh, that was very late.
The Super Bowl's always very late, and I can never stay up for it.
Yeah, it started. Well, the broadcast started at 11:30 UK time. By the time the actual, kick of the game, begins, it's probably midnight. Yeah. And then, if you guys don't watch American football, the games do go on. They drag on quite a bit.
Oh mate.
So it can end up like at 3 a.m. You stop, like it finishes.
Yeah.
And then when you want to include the halftime show, which Rihanna performed in, that it's usually. I
want to talk about that a little bit.
The halftime show.
Yeah, even though it was last night, there's been social media's blown up about it. Rihanna is like, where would you rank Rihanna in terms of like? Would you say she's one of the goats, like one of the greatest, like pop stars, like singers?
Are we putting it into the category of just female artist or pop artist?
Both. Let's say both. Like female artists,
okay,
you got a good bunch. You got like Beyonce, Ariana Grande. You got her, Rihanna, all of that.
Taylor Swift.
And sorry, Mr. T Swift fan.
Yeah, she's definitely top 5, definitely, and to some personal opinion, you could go top 3. Maybe it's your top 3.
Yeah.
Maybe it's other people's top 3. I wouldn't say she's my personal top 3, but she's up there.
She's got some of the biggest tunes.
Yeah,
like up there.
Yeah, but when you compare it to, with everyone, she's up there.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Rihanna, and everyone knows at least 3 of her songs, right?
For sure.
But I can definitely name way bigger pop artists. Because what do you class as pop, right? Pretty much any artist is a pop artist.
Yeah, pop isn't necessarily a genre. Pop is just what music is popular at the time. You could have like some jazz song that does numbers, and that is going to be classed as pop.
Exactly.
Because it's in the charts. It's like, where do you draw the line between what is pop? Because the average listener will see pop as a genre and be like, yeah, that's like Ed Sheeran, that's like Justin Bieber, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like all these type of people.
But then they also do like sometimes they rap, sometimes they do some like melodic stuff.
Oh, for sure.
I see Rihanna's, in between pop and rap. I've seen her rap because I'm into rap. I've seen her rap in a couple of features of artists that I like. Yeah. So I guess that's what I relate her to. But yeah, in terms of halftime performance, I didn't actually get to see it. Did you get to see it?
I didn't, because God, fucking hell, voice crack. Yeah, it is late. I can't be able to stay up that long. I just watch the highlights in the morning. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, as I was talking about Rihanna, people are saying it's been mixed reviews on what her performance was like. People are saying it's the worst halftime show they've seen. Some people are saying it's the best. I'm like, where do you draw? How do you compare? Like, you've got so many different artists that have done the halftime show before. Last year's one was
the
top of the top. That was so good.
When you talk about comparing, if that's the first thing that comes to mind, then yes, it's pretty light. The Rihanna's one was not
lame
as good.
Compared, yeah.
By the way, we haven't seen it live, but we did see it after.
Yeah,
so if you guys think we didn't see it at all and we're just chatting,
just chatting absolute waffle, yeah.
No, we did see it. And I did see the last year's one, which was Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, Snoop, and Kendrick and Mary J. Blige. Is that her name?
I think so.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I don't even know who she is. But, I mean, I know her songs, but yeah.
Yeah. Basically, that was like one of the best halftime shows.
Oh, 100%. I would arguably say, I can't remember what year it was, but I was watching loads today on YouTube of like what artists have performed. The one that Coldplay were at with Bruno Mars and Beyonce. Oh my! I can't remember what year it was. It was quite a while. It could have been like 2014. Super Bowl's every year, and yeah, I think it was 2014. But oh my god, I watched the replays on that. That was nuts. That was good. That was insane.
So, well, yeah, I don't remember it, but I'm sure if you put Coldplay, there Beyonce, who's probably my favorite female artist, along with Taylor Swift.
I don't listen to a lot of female artists. I don't know if that's me being biased.
Biased to gender.
Do you know what I mean? But I would say, like, female artist for me is definitely her. Do you know her?
Up there, yeah.
Yeah? She's sick. I'll be real. I saw her live as well. She was the pre-act for Coldplay when I went to see them. Which is a bit random. You wouldn't really mix her with Coldplay. But, yeah, it was sick. The halftime show was... It was good, but, like, I reckon it could have been better. But Rihanna's pregnant again with A$AP's second baby.
You know what?
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
doing his thing, like... let's be real. Like whoever their son or daughter is, gonna be rich, gonna be well known by people. It's like the daughter of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. I don't know her name.
North.
Everyone knows who North is.
Oh, you don't?
But I know who. Yeah, I don't know her name. But
you know they have
everyone's
a kid,
gonna know from.
You're born into fame.
You're born into fame. So.
But, wow, imagine if you was born into fame. What are you thinking about that? Like you don't even have a choice at that point.
In what type of like scenario would you put me in though? Because like Cristiano Ronaldo's son, he's born into fame, but he has to do football pretty much, right? But then he's an artist. He doesn't have to, but if you don't, that's a bit.
No, but like you're born into fame. You know someone's gonna be on the street and go, "Oh yeah, you're Kanye's kid." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're Kim's kid. Because you know if you're born into I don't want to say normal family. You can't put a label normal on because everything's different. I'd say the average family, like average income, average household, like you know what I'm saying. You have, in a weird way, you kind of have a choice if you want to be famous or not. You have a choice whether to go down that career path.
Yeah.
And if it works, you're famous, yeah. But if you're just born into fame, you can't just then not be famous for the rest of your life unless you go incognito and change your name and move to Mexico, yeah. You're going to be known everywhere.
Yeah,
so,
I guess there's like there's limitations to how famous you can really get, even if you're born into fame, because you can pursue careers which you know have popularity, have fame that comes with it, or you can just it's not the probably most people's choice, but if you are born into fame, you can just be like, who cares? I'll just ride through high school, go to university, and just be an accountant.
Yeah, but
it doesn't happen.
Even if you was famous, you wouldn't go to high school. You'd get like homeschooled.
You think?
Yeah.
Depends if your parents are moving a lot. And
if Kanye's kid goes to a normal high school, do you not think that kid's being harassed on a 24/7?
No, because I think in England it would probably go into like a private school where there'll be way more regulations. There's no way like kids care about him as much.
Yeah.
But if you're in America, I don't know if there's private schools there, but I definitely know there's schools that like famous kids go to, like kids of famous people go to, and they're all like whether it be like an academy school,
like
where
grammar school.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be like a regular high school where you can just get shot up at any second, right? It would be like somewhere where it's like a really nice facility. Sure. So I guess they would have to go to high school. Some will get homeschooled, but I guess if you're like a if you're,
I feel like there's a big issue with being homeschooled though. Like if you're homeschooled, what friends are you making? You're literally learning from home, and you literally have the opportunity to make no friends. Your social presence and your social skills are gone. You grow up without them.
But depends. If that's the only way you get to socialize with people. So if you're like, the way I'm like picturing it right now is if you're like LeBron James' son, yes, you might get homeschool, might only talk to your brother, right? But you get to play basketball pretty much. You get to go to a basketball club every night with basketball people who have the same interest. I guess that's one way. If you're just kind of doing nothing and just like, doing high school, doing like school stuff, and then watching Netflix, then it becomes a bit of a problem. Yeah,
then it's different. It's just like I always think of it like, if I ever got to the point where not even necessarily if I was famous, but if I had money, I don't think I'd ever homeschool my kid. I want my kid to go to a normal state school, because I think that's when you learn the most. You gain your personality for a normal setting. If you go, even like an all boys school, for me, I don't really get the point in them.
Yeah.
Why are they a thing? I don't quite understand.
I know a couple of people that went to an all boys school, and quite close to it, there was an all girls school as well.
Yeah, so you'd meet up afterwards and things like that.
I guess you'd meet up afterwards, but why would you do that? Because that's not society. Society is not just all boys in one country and all girls in the other country, right? So where I don't see, like a teacher would have to come in and explain to me where the advantages of going to an all boys school or an all girls school are. Yeah. I mean, if you're watching this and you went to an all boys school, all girls school, please tell me how good it was. Please tell me how bad it was, because
my bet is bad.
You think?
I think so. I'll be real. I just don't get the point. Why? Like, do you learn? Like, even if just socialising normally, whether it's an all boys school or not, is the most important thing. like to gain a personality, to gain friends, to gain your social skills, right? Mm-hmm. And you're gonna need to know how to talk to a woman when you're older.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't seen a woman, your whole school life, from the age of, well, actually, you don't really get all boys' schools at like nursery and like reception.
No,
like
year one, right? From year 7.
Yeah,
right?
So usually, let's say like from like your whole secondary school life, because you don't really talk to girls seriously back in like the other years. Oh, I apologise, man. I'm tired. But yeah, like if you go to an all boys school, like you literally for your whole school life, you're not going to talk to any woman, and then when you come out of it, you're just going to be the most dry person. Like,
I don't know, because,
or at least you won't have any you might not have any confidence.
I feel like that
unless you make the effort to socialise outside of the school setting.
Depends, because you can come into like when you leave school, you can come into the mindset that you were one of the more quiet kids at your all boys school, and you're just doing your thing. So when you get to like talk to the different gender, right, you might be like, that's not really me. I don't really care about that. Or you can just come out the all boys school and be like, like I've had loads of friends because we all had something in common because we were all boys, right?
Yeah.
And you're just used to talking like to loads of people. Literally everyone there is your friend. So I guess when you do come out of school, you're maybe more confident at talking to people. I guess talking to a different gender is a bit different, but there's 2 ways you can come across it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But in conclusion, I don't think it's I wouldn't, if I had a son or a daughter, I wouldn't let them go to all boy or girl school. Just
go to a normal state school. Just simple.
Yeah.
I think that's just where you learn the most, and it's you have the more fun experience just in general. I think, but
yeah, well, that's only what we've experienced. That's only what we can imagine.
Sure. How did you find school anyway? From like year 7 to 11, obviously for kind of forget the fact we had COVID and we got cut short in year 11. But like, just how did you find it in general? When you started in year 7, was you an outgoing person? Like, because we only became mates. Me like, because you were mates with Ted forever, yeah, since you knew him, yeah.
This is my first day in England.
Yeah, since your first day in England, right? So I was only like mates with you two, like when we maybe like year 9, year 10, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when I joined year 7, I was the most quiet kid. Literally, I would sit there, my little nerdy like glasses on, not ones like yours, like the little proper like rectangle ones, like shit like that. I used to sit there and get all my work done, be a little nerd, not talk to anyone.
But why though? Why would you have that type of personality?
I don't know, because I mean, ever since I was young, I always say it, like, I know it's different for you because you're the oldest sibling, right? Because I'm a lone child, like, I kind of feel like I have to experience everything myself. Everything I've had to experience new. It's not like I had an older brother to go, like, how was secondary school? Because I'm going into it next year. I just had to do it. I just had to affirm it. And I was always scared of going in alone, and, like, I didn't like talking to new people. Now, my favourite thing is to talk to new people. Hence the podcast and getting guests on. I love it. And I think the one thing that did change me was music. Is when I found my passion for music, and when I was sitting next to Ted in maths, and we realised we both like the same artists, and we came up with this like business plan for music and things. That's when I fully came out my shell, and I'm a completely different person now compared to how I was. So it's sort of like my question to you is like, throughout your school life, did you change at any point? Was there how people say like a glow up? Yeah, let's say a glow up of personality in a way. Did you change at any point from that young kid to who you are now?
I'd say I was very lucky in the sense that anything that people were popular about or was the thing at school, so like being good at sports or talking a certain way or liking the same music, I was kind of
you were there for it.
I kind of ticked those boxes. So I was good at sports. I liked that. So I made friends through sports. I made different type of friends through music, different type of friends through different interests.
Yeah.
So that I've had. I know basketball isn't that big in England, but
there's still a community for it though.
Yeah, but I was able to talk to people who I would have never talked to at school if we didn't have basketball as a common interest. And then I think from the biggest change from year 7 to year 11 for me was that the realization that education isn't that important, which made me focus more in my later years. So year 10 years
on the stuff for the future,
11, on the stuff for the future, but more like realize what's important about school, what we're gonna miss once we leave school.
Yeah.
So, you know, whilst maybe some people were focused on making sure they revised and stuff like that, I did some revision, but I was more like, I wanted to experience socialization with kids.
For sure, yeah.
You know, kids. People my age.
Whoa.
People
I came out a little bit
more than, you know, if you knew me in year 10 and you asked me, let's go out to the park and play football, we'll do 5-a-side or something like that. If I had that choice, or the choice to revise, definitely do that, even though I had a test next week.
Yeah, for sure.
I was that type of person, and that's kind of the biggest change I got from year 7 to year 11. I kind of just realised what's really going to gain out of school. But then I think, you know, some people, I don't know what I was going to say. I don't know what I was going to say.
You decided to waffle on until you can remember. I know you mean. Do you know what's crazy though? You're talking about revision, yeah. I did no revision. I know GCSEs we didn't do them because of COVID, but even leading up when we thought we were going to do them, I hated it. I would sit there looking at a blank piece of paper going,
why blank?
What am I doing?
Why blank? Don't you like read stuff?
No, I let you know. As in, like, I'll be like to write notes down or like revise. You know what I'm saying? Like revision notes. I'll be sitting there going, I don't even know what to write. I don't even know what I'm talking about. And I'm maybe a little bit controversial. I love COVID because it saved my grades. I would have still this day probably had to do English and maths, but because it was predicted grades. They gave us predicted grades, right? My predicted grades were passes, so like 4 and a 4, which is equivalent probably because it's changed now, isn't it? It's like a C, isn't it? Like a pass or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I was predicted then, but in the mocks and like the test leading up to the GCSEs, I was getting like 2s, ungraded. So COVID saved me. Obviously, prefer if all those people didn't die.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's, you know, RIP.
Yeah. Game's the game, though, isn't it?
The game.
Game's the game.
Game's the game, and it saved my grades.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. You know, just make space for new people, isn't it? But
actually, the population has just gone past 8 billion on the planet.
Really?
Literally, only recently.
Yeah.
Well, I say recently, within like 10 years or maybe 20 years, it only just reached 7 billion.
Imagine if COVID never happened, right? It would be like almost at 9 billion now, right?
Well, it didn't kill almost.
I know.
If the flu was still killing more people, which kind of confuses me. If the flu was still killing more people than COVID.
Yeah, but is it like only like old people who have like, you know, background problems?
So was COVID. COVID, it was killing the old people more than.
Yeah, but they were killing the old people more than us because, you know, older people have more lung problems, like breathing problems, right? Is that the same with flu, I guess?
Yeah.
Like, I got the flu over Christmas. It was quite bad. It took me a whole week to recover. But then, you know, I was up on my feet going to the gym the next week, so I guess I don't really see
I don't know, man. But even for A-levels, when I did my A-levels, no revision. The only revision I did was in the lessons that were revision lessons.
Yeah.
So it's like, I used to get home and I just used to make music all the time, and that was it. I just didn't revise, and I still passed all my subjects, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
I say all my subjects. I only did actually no how. Let me tell you a little story.
Okay.
You might already know this, but I did so bad in geography at the start of sixth form, the start of college in year 12, that they asked me to drop it. My teacher literally had a meeting with me, and she said, "Look, you're doing so bad."
Wait, is it like the first semester? They were like, "Yeah, this ain't it for you."
Yeah, they literally went, "Look, you're doing so bad. Look, we don't want you on the course anymore."
But were you actually doing bad, or was it because you were focusing on something else?
No, I was doing bad.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. So I basically went to East Surrey College, and I went there for a week. But because of COVID, it was only in for 3 days every 2 weeks, which sounds sick. But
you have to do online stuff, right?
No, not even that. I just wanted to do more, because I went to that college just to do music. So obviously, my passion for music, I wanted to do it every day. But 3 days every 2 weeks was shocking. I wanted to do more, so I moved back to my high school, to their sixth form, and I took media studies and music, and
Geography.
I was gonna take geography as well, but I was gonna take like photography or something, but it clashed with another subject. She said, "Look, the only option you can have is like history, geography, and like drama." I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not doing drama." I was awful at that. So yeah, and geography was my highest grade in GCSE. It was like a 6 or a 7, if I remember. I was like, I'll take geography. it was 10 times harder in A level. Oh, it was bad, and I did so bad, and they asked me to drop it. And then just to prove them wrong, because I remember I sat in a meeting to go to uni. It was like end of year 13, and my old geography teacher was sitting next to me, and she was saying, "You're not going to get into any unis. You're not doing geography. Like, you're not going to get enough UCAS points to be able to get into a uni."
UCAS points.
So the only reason I applied to a uni was to prove her wrong, and I went, "Yeah, fuck you." I got into a uni, and I went to her. I said, "Oh, look, I got into a uni." I showed her the email and everything. She went, her eyes were like, "What? How?" I was like, I don't know. Teachers aren't always right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, teachers. You know what? I don't want to speak too much about teachers because there are some very good teachers out there. So I don't really want to generalize. But if you're not smart yourself to figure out who the real G's are, who the real G's as teachers are compared to the nerds, who just care about points. You have to get the most points.
You have to get the most positive points.
Yeah.
That was in our school, positive points. Yeah, that was crazy.
I think they should just, you should realize who's the G's and who are not, because at the end of the day, right, as much as teachers, they say whatever they want to say, right, they're still earning what anyone earns with a normal job, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
And like, let's be real, they work quite a lot of hours as well. Like, it's a Monday to Friday, and because usually school starts
they have half terms and some holidays and 2 weeks of Christmas off. That's quite a lot of time off.
Yeah, that's true. And then, so if you get pregnant, you're done.
Even better, and you're still getting paid.
Yeah, so okay, I guess
crazy.
That way.
You know, men can take maternity leave now.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of don't agree with that.
What? Well, how does it work? So like,
maternity leave is the whole reason of it is that a woman is unable to work because she's pregnant, right?
Well, she's taking care of a baby, right?
She's taking care of a baby, yeah. So if you overwork yourself, you're just gonna end up harming yourself and the baby. So the whole point of it is so you can take time off work and still get paid, because you don't want to harm yourself, and you might not physically be able to work, especially if it's like more of a manual job. But why? I'm all for it being like, if dad wants to be the stay-at-home parent and things like that, that's completely fine. But I don't understand how they're offering maternity leave for a man.
Yeah, but if it's a man that goes onto maternity, the woman has to go and work.
Yeah, exactly.
What's it then? It's who, it doesn't really matter.
If anything, that's just like, what's the right word? Morally wrong.
What, for the man to take care of the baby?
No. It's morally wrong for the man to go, yeah, I'll take maternity leave, and the woman who's pregnant can go and work. That's for me. I'm like, no, you can. You're the one carrying my kid. You can not work, and you can sit and do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, usually what happens, to my knowledge at least, is the woman usually takes maternity leave like the 2 weeks before she has to give birth.
Yeah.
Right, and so she has birth. She gives birth.
She has birth.
She gives birth, and then she takes care of her child because a very small young child, so you have to take care of them 24/7, right? So that's where the maternity leaves comes in. I understand why maybe the woman might earn more money, or might be in a different situation where it's more beneficial for her to go to work and then let the man take care of the baby once it's born. I don't think the man can take maternity leave while she's still pregnant. No,
I don't believe that either. I think I think it's just morally wrong. I just don't think it's right. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you not working? Why are you letting the wife work who's got carrying your kid? Like, let her chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta let her chill. So, she's probably been through a lot.
Yeah.
But I have a question about that. When you have your child, right? If you have your child, will you be in the same room when she gives birth? Or are you gonna look from somewhere close? Are you gonna?
I'm not very good with like gruesome detail. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it. I was watching the series You.
Yeah.
The new season just came out, and I was watching a scene in that, and it was gruesome. Yeah. He's like chopping up some body parts or whatever, right? I couldn't watch it. I was like, I know that's different.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I can't deal with that, like blood or anything. I'm like, no, I'm good.
So
like,
okay, but
I hold my kid once it's out. You know what I'm saying? Once it's popped out.
Okay, once it's
like,
popped
sick.
out, well, you're gonna have to make sure the blood comes off of them first, because I bet you won't be able to.
Of course, yeah, but that's what the nurses are for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what the midwife is for, just to clean them up.
What is a midwife?
It's a midwife. She's a bit average. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my god.
No, she's just there to take care of the pregnant woman and the baby.
But that's what you're there for, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's more medically. You know what I'm saying? Like, she does the test. I don't know how to do that shit.
The what?
The tests. Like, you know, they have to get like scans and like.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
Okay, yeah, maybe. So if it's like if it's your first baby, you don't know how to do stuff.
Yeah.
Then maybe yeah.
That's the whole point, really.
But usually, I don't know, because they're probably quite expensive midwives, right?
No, you ain't got. It's NHS, bro.
Really?
You ain't got paid for a midwife. You get one yeah, you just get one.
Oh, so this instantly comes to your house, be like, hey, I'm here to take a look at you.
Well, no, not to your house. You got to go to the hospital and the midwife's there.
Oh, well, so okay, so it's just like a assigned nurse to you.
Yeah, essentially,
okay.
yeah. And so
okay.
she obviously doesn't. She's not just caring for you; she's caring for multiple people at one time. But yeah,
fair enough. I can't. I'll be honest. Yeah, I did not know what midwives were until like.
No, I've got to educate you on the future knowledge. But look,
yeah,
I got a little bit of a controversial take for you. Do you know star signs?
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing ready.
Well, I saw something on TikTok the other day, and it's just this girl sitting there, and she's going, "I'm this. I can't be with this person who's a Sagittarius. I can't be with this person who's an Aries. I have to be with this person because this person born at 11:59 at night compared to this person born at 12 or like in the morning or whatever has different traits and stuff like that." Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's that very famous JME video where he goes, "You donut, you're stupid." He's so right. Why are you believing that just because I was born a minute before you in a different month and now next month you're born in that month, you have different traits and all of this? It's bullshit, man. It's so, but I can't lie. For me, it's just like, what are you on about?
Yeah, like, you know, it comes with its consequences. Yeah, if you're gonna be so picky about who you want to go with based on that, you're probably not going to have many options. And when you're like 40 and you're like, shit, I can't have a baby anymore.
Yeah, but it's not even that. It's like,
it's your fault.
I just don't. How do they believe in this shit? Like, how do you believe? Oh man. I just think it's completely waffle. Like, I'm like, why are you wasting your time thinking about these things? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
in that sense,
I think they're just some people are too bored. Right, they're too bored. Like, you know how we have hobbies that we do when we're bored, or we just do something to relax ourselves, like such as watch Netflix, watch YouTube, or we go gym, play sport, do our hustle on the side. I feel like some females, especially at that age, they wake up, they go to school, they come back home, they don't play sport. They don't have anything to do after school. They don't play Xbox like us. We play Xbox a lot. On average, girls play way less Xbox.
So you're saying we do all these things and
that's what takes up our time.
They just sit there and think, oh, I'm an Aries. I now can't be with this person because he is born in a different month. That just baffles me.
It baffles me too, but I believe so because once you have nothing to do, and for year 7 to year 11, so 5 years of coming back home, having a little snack, and then maybe just being on YouTube, being on Netflix for the next 5 hours of your life, you're gonna come across like a video which talks about that, and you're like, oh, that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Just like how we get interested into like music or into a certain sport, which they probably won't get interested because none of their friends are into it, right? I think they.
Would you say that's sexist?
What?
What you just said.
What did I say?
You said about like them not getting into this sport because they're a friend group, but we're talking about women. Do you reckon that could be the division between like?
But I'm not saying that they shouldn't or they won't. I'm saying it because you're more likely to play a sport or
if you have a friend group,
if you have someone in common,
to be like that. Yeah,
if you have someone in common. So that's why when people go to the gym, they usually go with a friend as the first time because they've already been there. They know how it works. Makes them more comfortable. So if you have a friend who's more into being a star-signed person,
yeah.
you're gonna ask them, "Oh, so what do you think about that?" And they'll give you like a full detailed explanation. And then it might change your mind. It might persuade you to think a certain way. And that's where the cycle starts. It's not sexist at all, because
no, it's not. I just thought that
go and play sports. Like if you're a girl, you can go and play sports. I think what you do with your spare time is way more influenced with what your friends do in their spare time. If your friends don't do nothing,
not even that, and social media, you'll be sitting through scrolling through Instagram, and you want your life to be projected as this influencer's life, like Kim Kardashian. And I think it just deteriorates people's minds in a way where they think they have to act like this, they have to do this to be portrayed on. You know what I'm saying?
What girls?
Yeah, well, anyone just in general these days. Like, men would be like, I have to do what David Beckham does like this. I have to do what this person does. I have to do what this person does, like on social media. And you only show the good side to your life on social media.
Wow, everyone kind of just shows the good side.
Yeah, of course. Right? Obviously, you're not going to show the downside of your life. Yeah. I think that's just a bit weird. But if there's nothing wrong if you do, but it's just all the hate you'd get just make it even worse. So people just prefer to portray the good side of their life.
Yeah, but I see nothing wrong with that. Well, when you take it up into extreme levels, where you're like, oh, this guy with 1 million followers is going to holiday to Bora Bora. I earn £5,000 a year, but I have to go to Bora Bora as well, just to be like this guy. That's when
I think it's that is extreme. But I think there's even just minor things that change in your brain. Like, I'll just scroll through TikTok, and it's just like it's so draining these days. I'll be like 2 a.m, I'm on my phone. I'll be like, one more. Oh no, one more. It just keeps you engaged. And I think it's linking to that is this lifestyle that people want to live. There were, there's definitely people out there that think they're influencers and they're not. I could name a couple, but I'm not going to. Yeah, there's definitely people out there that think they're influencers and they're not.
What do they influence?
That's what I'm saying.
Like
they post all this stuff, yeah. Oh, I'm working with this brand, and this brand. They're not actually paying you. No brand that big is going to pay someone with 10,000 followers to advertise their clothing line. No one is... What you're going to put it out there to 500 people that already know what the brand is, yeah? These big brands pay these big influencers with millions of followers because that is getting it out there to a bigger audience. So these people going, oh, look, this pretty little thing and all of this stuff from ASOS and all of this.
Yeah, use my code.
It's waffle, man. It's so much waffle. That's what I mean by it's like a false identity. People are portraying themselves as these influencers, and people might go, "Oh my god, look at them!" But it's all cap. I think it's all cap.
I can't really hate as much as you're hating right now if they're making a living off of it somehow.
No,
right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because they are an influencer if they're making a living, right? But I see all these girls put on their stories and be like, I just got sent this by this brand, and it's a paid advertisement. No, it's not. It's not paid advertisement. What? They're not going to pay someone with 10k followers to promote something. Not a big brand wouldn't. If it was a smaller brand, then yeah. But then they're not going to have as much money to pay them if they're a smaller brand. So you're not going to get like Gucci go to someone and be like, have all our clothes, we'll pay you to wear them and post them when they only have 10k followers. And some of these people are acting like that's happening. But that's not how that industry works.
Well, yeah. You can't really... I can't hate them as much as you are hating them right now.
It just...
The only reason
I'm hating a lot because it does frustrate me.
The only reason is if you know them and they start doing what you said,
it
changes their personality into a way where it's not as pleasant to talk to them, or it's just their side hustle. They have the normal 9 to 5, and then on the side they do that, just like how we're doing with the podcast. I can't hate them if that's their little thing that they're passionate about, clothes and wearing.
That's
clothes
fine, yeah, but be true. Like, just be yourself. Like we don't cap, yeah. Like, you got normal 9 to 5. We could have started this podcast, yeah, and we could act like we had, we don't work 9 to 5s. This is our job. All of this. So we just do this for fun, and it's just, do you know what I mean? Like, we are just normal people. But there's some people out there that will disguise themselves and not say anything and not be true and be like, this is my job. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's when it just comes back and bites them.
Yeah.
If they...
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
They're like, you actually weren't like what you said you were.
You're talking your shit, but it's just completely fallen off.
But onto different measures.
Yes.
Different dimensions.
Before I get too heated.
Before you get too heated. Talk about heating. No, it's not global warming. It's tomorrow. It's Valentine's Day. From the day we're recording, right?
Bit of a segue.
Bit of a segue, right? What are your opinions, or have your opinions changed from when you were younger about Valentine's Day?
Yeah, it's definitely I agree and disagree with it. I think it's a cool day. It's a nice day that you're able to spend with someone that you love in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really see the difference whether if I spend a Sunday with a girlfriend or I spend Valentine's Day with them. You literally do the same things pretty much. You'll go out for dinner or something and then chill. So
you have a girlfriend?
No.
Okay. Just,
Well, I obviously have done before, but I'm just saying, like, for me, Valentine's Day is a cool day. Give some gifts. It's just about like loving each other and all of this stuff, right? But
would you give gifts if you had a girlfriend right now? Would you give a gift?
Yeah, but I wouldn't go over the top. I'm like,
what's over the top though, for you?
Over the top is like, I don't know. Are we talking budget wise, like money? How much money are we talking?
I guess. Well, if you make a scene, but
I'd say like over for Valentine's Day. I'd say over 50 quid is excessive.
Agreed.
For me. Why has Alexa gone off?
Alexa's gone off.
Alexa, stop.
Look at that. That could be your girlfriend.
Listening.
You're telling her what to do.
No, Alexa's my bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You might want to ask her off tomorrow.
Take off them clothes. You know what I'm saying? No. I just think. I don't know, man. I think it's a little bit overrated.
As a holiday.
I wouldn't class it as a holiday. It's just a day where it's just labelled as Valentine's Day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's just labelled as it. Like I said, on Valentine's Day, for me, I'd get some gifts, cool, all that stuff. You spend time with each other on the day. You might go out for dinner or whatever, but I'll do that on an average Sunday. I'd go out for dinner.
If you do give her a gift, let's say it's within a reasonable budget, maybe £20 to £30 to a girlfriend you may have had, would you expect a gift back? And if it doesn't happen, would you?
I'll be real. This sounds very humble and sounds like I'm just trying to be Mr. Nice Guy, right? I genuinely love giving more than receiving. Technically in both ways.
Loads of people have that opinion.
Yeah. So. No, yeah, I love like giving presents more than I do like receiving them. I feel like receiving them, if I open it and it's something I don't want, I'm just awkward. I'll open it and be like, oh, thanks, yeah, that's cool, safe, right, bet, calm. Oh no, I'm never gonna use it. I'm never gonna, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I like seeing people's reactions. Get like giving things out to people.
Yeah, well, I guess because with me, if I get a gift it doesn't have to be for Valentine or for Christmas, for just any gift, birthday, whatever. General. Even if I don't like the gift, it'll be very hard. It'll be very hard for me not to like the gift because what I really like from a gift is the fact that person thought about me and linked it to something I like. So if let's say, for example, I get like a basketball poster they know I like basketball, they know me, they thought of me in that type of way.
So it's the thought that counts. Like if the person has thought about it in a way, like you said, like it links to something you like or that type of thing, instead of just the average like, oh, here's a charm from Pandora, there you go.
I think Pandora's overrated.
Bro, I hate the shop. I go in there, yeah. I'm gonna go in there. I bought stuff for my mum. In there the other day. Not the other day, for Christmas.
Just the other day.
I just hate it. Do you know what? This is gonna sound. This is a bit of a term, right? That shop is too happy. I walk in there, yeah, and it's like pristine. Everything's white, and it's just. I've not seen one male worker work in Pandora. Like, I'm just saying, yeah. And everyone's like, oh, this is nice. And I'm like, why is everyone so happy? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's just because I'm used to like walking into a WH Smith's, and everyone's just like, yeah.
They don't really care about it.
Yeah.
I
think it's just too, like, in your face. I'm like, oh, just get me out of the shop now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I can't really comment on it because I've never been inside a shop, Pandora shop. But if they are a bit too happy, you gotta, like, look at him, like, it's got to be some like if you're like a salesperson, it's got to be like a commission, especially at Christmas, for them to want to sell because they're definitely putting up the fake smile just to get more sales.
100%.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's tough. I don't really know. I think Valentine's Day is overrated, but I think it's a good day. Like, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not like, yeah, get rid of it. I think it is a good day. Like, you do have some good fun.
What would you be your, like, if you had a girlfriend, what would you be your day for Valentine? Let's say you didn't have work, and you had a budget of £100.
Budget of £100. I'd like the day to last as long as possible, so I'd wake up like early. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Are you waking up alone? Are you waking up?
Well, of course I'm waking up with the person. You know what I'm saying? But I'd wake up and I'll cook like a nice fry up type of thing.
What can you do?
What can I do?
Yeah.
What can I do?
I'm
Gordon Ramsay's son. I'm joking.
Really?
Nah, of course not.
I can
cook a little bit. I can cook a little. Nah, I can cook a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'll get some sausages on the go, some sizzling bacon, all that stuff.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Vegan.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Can't do that.
Shit! My light's gone out. Okay. So I'd cook like a nice little fry up thing. I mean, I love a fry up. I'll be real. And then, do you know what? I think's underrated? Like bacon, like making cakes and stuff.
Bacon and making cakes.
No, baking.
Oh, baking.
No, I mean, bacon is underrated. Like, bacon's unreal. But bacon, like making cakes or like biscuits and stuff, I think that's good fun. Then, I mean, personally for me, I love going to the cinema. I love films and stuff like that. So for me, I would love to go to the cinema. And then after that, go for a really nice meal. Get home, Netflix and chill.
Let's say you're about,
you know what I'm saying?
£40 left.
£40 left.
After the cinema and the meal, £30, £40.
Go arcade. Something like that.
Okay, let's say you got £10 left. What would you do? After the arcade, there's no way you're spending £30 at the arcade. Come on.
£10. I don't know what I'll do at the end of that day. Maybe like go co-op and buy like loads of sweets and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and then chill, watch some Netflix.
Okay.
So I think for me that's like the perfect day.
Obviously,
you put me on a budget. If it was like infinite budget, I'm going on holiday somewhere. I'm taking
for one day.
Maybe not one day. You know what I'm saying? But for like, if it fell on a weekend, then like a weekend away, which would be cool. But yeah,
I mean, that's a respectable answer. If you are forgot my words. If you are a free woman on Valentine's Day and you do need some assistance, some companionship, my friend here is happy to help. As long as you don't go over £30.
That's what I'm saying.
Budget. What are you looking for?
What am I looking for?
Yeah, give me some.
Why are you asking me these deep questions? I don't have specifics.
Oh, everyone's got specifics.
I don't have specifics, man. I don't have like. I'm not like. If
there's a blonde, the brunette, 50-50. Who would you choose?
Mate, I'll flip a coin.
There's no way. Okay, there's no coin.
Well, whoever's got the better personality.
I don't know, but you don't talk to them. You just look at them. They're both 10 out of 10. But
especially Tinder, bro. Honestly, I don't care. I literally, I'm more personality over looks. The main thing for me, though, the way I'd say it, is you have to take care of yourself. You can't. I don't like someone that just sits there and it's just like does whatever. If you take good care of yourself, like you wake up, you shower, you look good, you take care, you take pride in yourself, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, respect yourself.
Yeah, right. Respect yourself. You want to make yourself look good. You go to I don't care if you go to the gym or not necessarily, but like if you go to the gym, that shows that you care about yourself. You have pride in yourself. You want yourself to be good and healthy, and you know what I'm saying?
I guess
that type of thing.
From the male's perspective, if you're talking about a girl taking pride in herself, from a male's perspective, it makes you more comfortable going out with that person, and then when someone talks about that person, obviously you're quite connected because that may be your girlfriend. You're like, you're quite proud to say what position you are with her, girlfriend, boyfriend, and it's more of a nice way to show that you are connected to that person.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas if it's take my words kindly if you are, but if you are a slut and you do have a boifriend, right? And everyone knows you are a slut.
You're on ropes.
Me?
No, not you guys. If you're one of them, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then, someone talks about that girl and you're her boyfriend, right? And they just throw around, oh, well, I slept with her last week. You can't say much. I mean, like, everyone knows what type of personality she is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess in that perspective, that's a really good straight trait to have.
Yeah, I'd say so.
For a girl.
100%.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you were looking for a man, what would you look for? But you don't look for a man, do you?
Yeah, I'm not on that. I'm not on that side of the table. I'll be honest. Yeah. I don't really know where you're going with that one, but
have you ever been approached by someone from the same gender?
No, I haven't.
No. What do you think that is?
Because I don't give off gay tendencies.
Well,
I don't portray myself as that way.
Okay, so let me give you a little insight. Sometimes, a couple of times, I have been approached by someone from the other gender, and I do not give that type of tendencies like you said.
Not on that vibe.
They, I'm not gonna name it because I don't actually know the people. But they can somehow think that they can just transform me to the other side. Make me change kids. I don't know why, but I feel like there's some gay people out there that I feel like you can just transform anyone. So I don't understand where they come from with that. But yeah, I understand.
I get where you're coming from in a way.
Because there can't be that much of a selection if you're on that side, right? We're talking about...
It's got to be tough.
Yeah, it's got to be tough.
I respect every single person that comes out and does stuff like that, because that is courage, and it is scary if someone, like... you don't know what people are going to think about you or anything like that. I mean, it's tough, and I do feel sorry that it has this. There still is this issue, even with racism. There still is, as bad as it is, like it's still always going to be there.
Okay,
it's horrible.
Staying on that, the coming outside. Why do you think people may look at you differently if someone comes out as gay or lesbian or bisexual?
Because maybe, I suppose, if you're talking in a family member way, you might not have expected it at all, so you'd be surprised and be like, okay.
Yeah, but why would that make you look at them differently?
I mean, it wouldn't make me look at if my child's like me, but I can't really say because I wouldn't think like that, and I couldn't see a reason why someone would look at them differently. Because they are different, and maybe that person doesn't agree with homosexual relationships, but I mean I can't say because I agree with it.
Yeah,
I think it's completely fine and normal.
I have some just like opinions when you're on the other side.
You got to start calling the other side.
Well, there's two sides to it, right? Actually, there's probably more. If you're bisexual, you're like in between, right? You're the referee.
Referee.
Wow. Yeah. If you're one of them, because it happens, it's about a small percentage, but there are some people who are on that type of side who are just really like it becomes their personality. Once they may be normal, once they come out as gay or lesbian or etc., they kind of just throw it in your face, and
Yeah, I can see.
Because. Okay, let me just say this, right?
You gotta be careful. You're gonna get cancelled.
Well, it's an opinion based. It's real talk, so
true. It is real.
So why do people, like, especially gay people, right? Yeah. When they do come out, right, they change their personality. They're completely like,
See,
because there's no way. Sorry, there's no way, right? Just because you said 2 words, "I'm gay," it means you can do all of that type of stuff.
I think this is a very boring and simple answer for what I think is why. Is because that is their true self, and they've been hiding it. They've been hiding it until they come out, and they come out as gay. Then their true self comes out.
So their true self is pretty much an annoying person, right? No, not the fact that they're gay, but the fact their personality changes to someone that's not pleasant to be around with.
Every gay person's annoying.
No, I'm saying... Okay, you just said that. I know I said that.
You said that, just twisted the words in a different way.
No, absolutely not. I said, right, their personality becomes annoying once they come out as gay. Right, they've always been gay, right? But because now they got nothing to hide, right?
Yeah.
They are really loud about stuff. They really talk, push stuff around, really opinionated, right? Why do you think that changes? Like, why do you think, gay people all of a sudden, right, to change their personality just because they've come out?
Bro, I don't know.
I'm not asking.
I'll be honest. That's such a dead reply. I don't know, but I do not know because I
You're not gay.
I'm not gay, and I don't have any gay friends. I don't know necessarily anyone personally that is gay, so I have no issue with it. But I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me give you a different question then.
I bet. Just a look. We'll wrap this up after this question. This has been going on for a while, and
Okay.
we need to stop before we get cancelled.
Okay. Let me think of the question then, because if this is the last question, the question I will ask you is as following. Because I know you're a big Killer Roy fan.
Yes, for sure.
Big Killer Roy. Would you say he's number one for you? Who's number one then? As an artist, as an artist.
I mean, right now, Kid Laroi. But overall, it's got to be like Jay-Z or something. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, but he's too old.
Yeah. Okay, Kid Laroi.
Right now, yeah, Killer Roy. What would you like to do with him in terms of like achieve with him?
Oh, well, personally?
Yeah, like career wise.
I mean, produce a song for him.
Just sing this song?
Well, yeah, like I send him a beat, he uses the beat, and then we release a song. That'd be a highlight of my life. Like, that's like who's your idol? Would you say like LeBron James? Yeah.
No.
Kobe.
No.
Who's
my idol?
Yeah, let's say basketball. Who's your favorite basketball player?
Well, my idol right now, it cannot be talked about.
Wait, what?
I'm joking. I don't actually have an idol.
No, but okay. Who's your favorite basketball player?
Come on, give me Trae Young from the Atlanta Hawks.
All right, Trae Young. If you had the opportunity to play ball with him, that's a highlight of your life, right?
It wouldn't be. I don't think it would be. A highlight of my life. It would be doing something that's with people that I care about, friends and stuff like that.
I care about Kid Laroi.
Okay, but
I feel that he's my friend. I listen to him on a daily basis.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so if you had to do any activity in the world, is that the one you would do? If you could do anything in the world,
I'd go to space. But
really,
yeah, I think that's the pinnacle of human existence. To go into space. Look, I don't. Okay. Look, we'll save that topic. For another episode because I can talk about space for hours, and we've already been going for about an hour now anyway. So it's just going to get a bit long. But we should have a couple of good guests lined up.
Yeah.
Which we can get their opinions on something. So I'm looking forward to that.
Let me give you a question to the fans.
Yes, sir.
What is average? What's average?
What do you mean? Average of what?
Well, you're not a fan, are you? So you're not meant to answer the question. I'm asking the fans.
What is average?
What is average? Can someone tell me what is average?
I mean, you guys can distinguish what you think he means. Exactly. I have no idea, but yeah, that's crazy. And I won't lie, this podcast may seem quite boring because I am so tired. Oh, mate, honestly, it's nuts. But
you don't drink coffee yet?
Bro, I don't drink coffee or any energy drinks. I just live off vibes.
Then you get a bit tired.
I live off just pure vibes. Like I just, if I'm tired, wake up.
What gets you up in the morning then?
Vibes. I'm gonna wake up and I'm being like, I'm on vibes. I'm gonna have a shower. I'm gonna like, you know what I'm saying, get ready, go out maybe, or like edit, or like I'm just on vibes. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's my motivation.
Fair enough.
I don't need substances to keep me awake.
Yeah, but I'll get it for free, so I get coffee for free.
That's true.
How do I do it? I don't know.
Look, been over an hour now, so yeah, we'll see you in the next episode, hopefully with a guest. So yeah, see you later. Peace.